Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Maths Made Easy with Terry in 10 minutes. We're going to talk about sketching a linear graph, okay? So it's very important that you review previous video, especially the linear coordinate geometry where we talked about the slope-intercept form of y is equal to mx plus c, all right? So it's very important you review previous video before coming here, especially that playlist, all right? You just scroll to the playlist, select the linear coordinate geometry, watch the video and make sure you understand the concept about the line, the slope of a line, the y-intercept, and the rest of it. All right, so before we move on, please, if you've not subscribed, please make sure you do subscribe and click on the notification bell. So when I post new videos, you'll be the first person to know. Now, sketching a linear graph is slightly different to plotting, okay? So here, we plan to sketch, all right? So sketching is not the same thing as plotting a graph, all right? So what we are doing here is that we are sketching a graph to just show the key points and the general shape of the graph, okay? So usually when you're sketching, it's not really expected for it to be accurate, okay? It can be as accurate as when you're plotting it from table of values, all right? So when you sketch a graph, you're just showing the key points and the general shape of the graph, and it's not expected to be accurate. So I'm going to write it down because I'm aware that some of you make notes from this video. So I'm going to write it down so that it'll be easy for you to comprehend. So a sketch, okay? When we say sketch of a graph, shows the key points. So when we say key points, we mean the main features, the most important information, all right? And general shape. So it shows the key point and general shape. So it's going to show you the key points, the general shape of the graph. Okay? Now, and also, it's not expected that the sketch will be as accurate as plotting the graph from a table of values, okay? So it is not expected. To be accurate. As plotting a graph. From table of values. Okay, it's not expected. So a sketch just give an estimate solutions, okay, but it's not really down to scale, all right? And also another thing I need to talk about here is that when you're sketching a graph, make sure it's a smooth line. So for instance, when you want to draw a line, this is what we call that. So it has to be a smooth line when you're sketching. Don't come and be doing something like this. No, sketching is not an art. It has to be a smooth line. So it has to be, when you want to draw the line, it has to be a smooth line meeting all the points we want to do. All right, so I quickly talked about the concept of sketching and plotting. Let me quickly go into how do you now sketch. Now, before you want to sketch, there are 3 keys or 3 points, all right? So let me just say the 3 key points that you need, okay? So there are 3 key points needed to sketch. So there are 3 key points you need. The first thing, to sketch a linear graph, you need the x-intercept. Now, as I told you, at x-intercept, y is equal to 0. We discussed this in the previous video. So x-intercept, y is equal to 0, okay? At that point, y is equal to 0, and you write it as x comma 0. We talked about this in the previous video. And also, you need to also find the y-intercept. So at the y-intercept, x is equal to 0. So that means it's going to be 0 comma y. So I've discussed all this. So please, you have to review the previous videos. So like I said, each of the videos is going to be building on the previous one. So it's important that you follow through from the beginning of a series all the way to the end. Is that all right? So now there are 3 rules or 3 steps to sketch a linear graph, okay? Now the first thing you have to do is that you have to find the x-intercept, okay? Find the x-intercept. So that is y is equal to 0, right? So that means you have to set y to be equal to 0, and you now solve appropriately. Okay, so you set y equals to 0 and you then solve appropriately. The next is that you have to then find the y-intercept. Okay, so same thing for the y-intercept, you have to then set x to be equal to 0, and you then solve what? Appropriately. Then number 3, when you've done that, then you now draw a line joining the 2 points. You now draw a line joining the 2 points. All right. So I'm going to take an example now, but just to reiterate, the first thing, you need 2 important points. You need the x-intercept, you need the y-intercept. I've talked about this in the previous video. So just go to the previous video on the x and y-intercept and watch it again. Then after you found the x-intercept, you found the y-intercept, you then what? Draw the lines what? Together. So let's pick this example, for instance. So let's assume that you are told to sketch, all right? You're told to sketch this linear equation. We're told to sketch this linear equation. Y is equal to 3x plus 2, all right? Y is equal to 3x plus 2. All right, so let's go. The first thing we're told is that we need to find the x-intercept, step 1, and set y equal to 0. So we're going to go that. So we have step 1. We're finding the what? The x-intercept. So the x-intercept here, okay, at x-intercept, y is equal to 0. So we're going to put anywhere you see y, you put 0. So you're going to have y is equal to 3x plus 2. Then you put 0. So 0 is equal to 3x plus 2. We take 3x to the other side. So we have minus 3x is equal to 2. Then divide both sides by what? Minus 3. So therefore, x is going to be minus 2 over 3. Okay? Now, that is that for that. So we're going to go to the next part, which is find the y-intercept. So to find the y-intercept, we set x to be equal to 0. So step 2. So the y-intercept, x is equal to what? 0. So we're going to continue with that. Then we'll put the equation we have. Y is equal to 3x plus 2. So anywhere you see x, you put 0. So you're going to give us y is equal to 3 into bracket 0 plus 2. And y is equal to what? 2. Are you seeing it? So remember, if you watch the previous video, I told you how to write the x and y intercept in coordinates form. So that means this is minus 2 over 3 and 0. So remember, for x-intercept, you write it as x comma 0. For y-intercept, you write it as 0 comma what? Y. So this is going to give us minus 2 over 3 comma what? 0. While this is going to give us 0 comma what? 2. Now step 3 said we should now draw a line joining both of them. Okay, so let's do that. We're going to draw a line now. So step 3, we have this, we have this. Now the first one is that we have 0 comma 2. So this is the point here. Let's say this is the point. So this is 0 comma what? 2. So x is 0, y is 2. Okay, and we have another one. Let's assume minus 2 over 3 comma 0. So you can see it's not accurate with sketching. All right, so that is the reason why I said in the beginning that when you sketch, it only shows the key point. Now you can see in this place, we're only showing the key point, the x-intercept and the y-intercept. That's the most important key point here. And also, it only gives you the general what? Shape. So when we've done this, you then join the two lines together. So like I said, you don't do like this. I don't know. Yep, you don't do that. It has to be a smooth line joining both points what? Together. It has to be a smooth line joining both points together. And that is your what? The equation of that line. All right? Okay, let me pick one more example to just round this up. So let's assume in this case now we have another equation and we're told to draw. Maybe this time now we have, they said you should sketch, okay, this linear equation. Y is equal to 3x minus 2, all right? So step one, what did step one say? We have to find the x-intercept. So we're going to find x-intercept. So remember, for x-intercept, as x-intercept, y is equal to what? 0. So we're going to have y is equal to 3x minus 2. So anywhere you see y, you put 0. So 0 will be equal to 3x minus 2. You take 3x to the other side. You're going to give us minus 3x is equal to minus 2. Are you seeing it? Then divide both sides by minus 3. Minus 3. So x is going to be equal to what? 2 over 3. Next one, step 2. We're now told to find what? The y-intercept. So we'll do the same thing. So y-intercept. All right. So y-intercept, at y-intercept, x is equal to what? 0. So that means we're going to have y is equal to 3x minus 2. So x is equal to 0. So it's going to give you y is equal to 3 into bracket 0 minus what? 2. So y will be equal to minus what? 2. Also, like I told you, the way you write your answers for x-intercept is x comma 0, and for y-intercept is 0 comma what? Y. So that means for x-intercept, this is the same thing as saying 2 over 3 comma what? 0. And for y-intercept, it's the same thing as saying 0 comma what? Minus what? 2. Step 3, we're now told to what? Draw the curve. So as usual, you draw your axis. Now, this is the x-axis, and this is the what? The y-axis. The x-intercept is 2 over 3 comma 0. So let's say somewhere here. Okay, so this is what we call the 2 over 3 comma 0. The y-intercept is 0 comma 2. Let's assume it's here. And we have 0 comma what? Minus 2. All right, then now we can draw the line. Like I said, you don't do something like this as a drawing. No, it has to be a smooth line. So you just draw a smooth line, drawing that like this, and that will be the answer. So remember that you're sketching, and that's how you what? You sketch. All right, so now we sketch a linear graph. All right, the next video we're going to talk about, we're going to see how do we sketch a quadratic graph. All right, so sketch the linear graph. And remember, I told you that the sketching for a linear graph is different from plotting. So we just give you the key point and the general shape, while the two key points to keep in mind while sketching is that for a linear graph, you usually need the x-intercept and the y-intercept, all right? And then you just draw the line joining that. So you can go to the worksheets, you can go to the internet and download more questions and try as much as possible to what? Solve. Is that all right? Okay, so we're going to move to the next one. How do we now sketch a quadratic equation graph? And that is very, very important. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video. And if you have any question, please feel free to stop me, or you can put it in the comments, or you can send me an email. And if there's a particular topic you want me to talk about, feel free. Just send me an email and I'll design a video for that. And also, if you've not subscribed, like I said, you have to subscribe and click the notification bell so that when I post a new video, you'll be the first person to know. All right. So I'm going to see you soon. See you in the next video where we're going to talk about how do we sketch a quadratic equation graph.